Hello, I'm Chris, and I'm going to do the Malazan Book Tag. This tag was started by Councillor Moonspawn. It was 10 questions, or is 10 questions, where we basically talk about what we like about this book series so much. I found her video through Jarak on YouTube and through his Discord, which I am occasionally active on there. Not very active, actually, but I go by the name Save Your Ass over there. Question 1. How did you find out about Malazan? In around 2009 to 2010, I believe, is when I first found it. I purchased it from the bookstore because it had a really cool, spooky cover that kind of reminded me of the Mage Quarter in World of Warcraft. And I bought that one as well as the first omnibus book of The Black Company. Number 2, describe your reading experience. I would say that the first book in the series is a little bit harder than the rest, but for me it was more about figuring out how Erikson as a writer wrote things rather than trying to fit into fantasy books. I was trying to fit into his way of writing, if that makes any sense. Number 3, when did you figure out that Malazan was your favorite book series? I would say early on in the Dead House Gates novel, where Coltane and the Wiccan chain of dogs are protecting all of the refugees, and it really spoke more to me as a former Navy corpsman, and I felt like women were included in a way that most books don't like to include women. We were included as people, as human beings, rather than a stereotype, which was really the best way for us to feel included, I think. Number 4, what is your favorite aspects of the series? I would say my favorite aspect would have to be how real it feels, how some areas of the world feel kind of aloof at first, and then we get to know that area, and then we move on to the next section. People feel real. The characters feel as though that they are actually characters rather than like a shadow of what a person should be. They are very fleshed out, and that's a really good way to worm itself into my heart anyways. Number 5, nothing is truly perfect, so what is your least favorite part of the series? For me, that would have been the desert, mostly because I'm not a big fan of being overly hot and dirty and gritty, and I just felt like some of it was a little bit more drawn out, which fits for a desert situation, I feel like. What is your favorite and least favorite installment of the series? I would say my favorite would have to be the Dead House Gates, anything with Coltane, then Memories of Ice, which breaks you, and then the Bone Hunters, which builds you back up, and then Reaper's Gale, which again breaks you. My least favorite would be Gardens of the Moon. I liked it, loved it, obviously, but it wasn't as good as the rest of the series. Number 7, how many times have you read the series? I'm going on my second read. I am now incorporating all the ice books in where they're supposed to be wormed in, as well as some of the novellas that were written. And I started the Carcanus trilogy, but I had it on audiobook, and I don't do well with audiobooks. So I kind of get lost, and it's like, oops, the story's over. I fell asleep. So I'm going to purchase that one soon and read that one. Number 8, what other series from the Malazan world have you read? I've read, I think, 2 full ice books, as well as 2 other books in the series, the Garcanus one, as well as the Corporal Brooch and Bauschalang books. What are your reading interests beyond Malazan? My favorites would be history, all kinds of fantasy, like I said, Black Company, old classics, as well as basically any historical book as well. And what advice would you give, number 10, for a first-time reader? Just take your time. It's a big book. There's wikis out there. There's other readers as well that find things and like things. Other than that, just take your time. Thank you for tagging me to make this video. I think Jarak is going to tag me, so I really enjoy these books, and hopefully I can keep adding to the discussion. Alright, have a great day. Bye.